is segment everything. And you know that we're now training AI models on video so that we can understand the world model. Now, our use case is for robotics and industrial digitalization and connecting these AI models into Omniverse so that we can model and represent the physical world better, have robots that operate in these Omniverse worlds better. Your application, the Ray-Ban Meta Glass, your vision for bringing AI into the virtual world is really interesting. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, okay, a lot to unpack in there. The segment anything model that you're talking about, we're actually presenting, I think, the next version of that here at SIGGRAPH, Segment Anything 2. And it now works, it's faster, it works with, oh, here we go. It works in video now as well. I think these are actually cattle from my ranch in Kauai. But
by the way, these are what they're called.
Delicious cows.
Delicious Mark's cows.
There you go. Yeah, no,
next time we do, so Mark came up to my house and we made Philly cheesesteak together. Next time you're bringing the cow.
You did. I was more of a sous chef. but
boy,
it was really good. It was really good.
That sous chef comment. Okay, listen.
And then at the end of the night, though, you were like, "Hey, so you ate enough, right?" And I was like, "I don't know. I could eat another one." You're like, "Really?"
You know, usually when you say something like,
"You were being polite,"
guest,
I was definitely like, "Yeah, we're making more. We're making more cheese."
Did you get enough to eat? Usually, your guest says, "Oh yeah, I'm fine."
Make me another cheesesteak, Jensen.
So just to let you know how OCD he is, so I turn around, I'm prepping the cheesesteak, and I said, "Mark, cut the tomatoes." And so Mark, I handed him a knife.
Yeah, I'm a precision cutter.
And so he cuts the tomatoes. Every single one of them are perfectly to the exact millimeter. But the really interesting thing is, I was expecting all the tomatoes to be sliced and kind of stacked up, kind of like a deck of cards. And but when I turned around, he said he needed another plate. And the reason for that was because all of the tomatoes he cut, none of them touched each other. Once he separates one slice of tomato from the other tomato, they shall not touch again.
Yeah, look, man, if you wanted them to touch, you needed to tell me that. Right? I'm just a sous chef, okay?
That's why he needs an AI that doesn't judge.
Yeah, it's like...
So this is super cool. Okay, so it's recognizing the cows, it's recognizing, tracking the cows.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun effects will be able to be made with this, and because it'll be open a lot of more serious applications across the industry too. So,
yeah.
I mean, scientists use this stuff to, study like coral reefs and natural habitats and kind of evolution of landscapes and things like that. But I mean, it's being able to do this in video and having it be a zero shot and be able to kind of interact with it and tell it what you want to track is it's pretty cool research.
So for example, the reason why we use it, for example, you have a warehouse and there's got a whole bunch of cameras, and the warehouse AI is watching everything that's going on, and let's say a stack of boxes fell, or somebody spilled water on the ground, or whatever accident is about to happen. The AI recognizes it, generates the text, sends it to somebody, and help will come along the way. And so that's one way of using it. Instead of recording everything, if there's an accident, instead of recording every nanosecond of video and then going back and retrieve that moment, it just records the important stuff because it knows what it's looking at. And so having a video understanding model, a video language model, is really, really powerful for all these interesting applications. Now, what else are you guys going to work on beyond Ray? Talk to me about.
Yes, there's all the smart glasses,
yeah.
Right? So I think when we think about the next computing platform, we kind of break it down into mixed reality, the headsets, and the smart glasses. And the smart glasses, I think it's easier for people to wrap their head around that than wearing it, because it's, pretty much everyone who's wearing a pair of glasses today that'll get upgraded to smart glasses, and that's like more than 1 billion people in the world, so that's gonna be a pretty big thing. The VR MR headsets, I think, some people find it interesting for gaming or different uses, some don't yet. My view is that they're going to be both in the world. I think the smart glasses are going to be sort of the mobile phone, kind of always-on version of the next computing platform. And the mixed reality headsets are going to be more like your workstation or your game console, where when you're sitting down for a more immersive session and you want access to more compute. I mean, look, the glasses are just very small form factor. There are going to be a lot of constraints on that. Just like you can't do the same level of computing on a phone.
It came at exactly the time when all of these breakthroughs in generative AI happened.
Yeah, so we basically, for smart glasses, we've been going at the problem from two different directions. On the one hand, we've been building what we think is sort of the technology that you need for the kind of ideal holographic AR glasses. And we're doing all the custom silicon work, all the custom display stack work, like all the stuff that you need to do to make that work. And they're glasses, right? It's not a headset. It's not like a VR or MR headset. They look like glasses, but they're still quite a bit far off from the glasses that you're wearing now. Those are very thin. But even the Ray-Bans that we make, you couldn't quite fit all the tech that you need to into that yet for kind of full holographic AR. Though we're getting close, and over the next few years, I think we'll basically get closer. It'll still be pretty expensive, but I think that'll start to be a product. The other angle that we've come at this is let's start with good-looking glasses by partnering with the best glasses maker in the world, EssilorLuxottica. They basically they have all the big brands that you use, whether it's Ray-Ban or Oakley or Oliver Peoples or just like a handful of others. It's kind of all EssilorLuxottica.
The NVIDIA of glasses.
I think that I think they would probably like that analogy. But who wouldn't? Who wouldn't at this point? So we've been working with them on the Ray-Bans. We're on the second generation, and the goal there has been, okay, let's constrain the form factor to just something that looks great, and within that, let's put in as much technology as we can, understanding that we're not going to get to the kind of ideal of what we want to fit into it technically, but at the end it'll be like great looking glasses. And at this point we have camera sensors, so you can take photos and videos, you can actually live stream to Instagram, you can take video calls on WhatsApp and stream to the other person what you're seeing. You can, it has a microphone and speakers. The speaker's actually really good. It's open ear, so a lot of people find it more comfortable than earbuds. You can listen to music, and it's just like this private experience. That's pretty neat. People love that. You can take phone calls on it. But then it just turned out that sensor package was exactly what you needed to be able to talk to AI too.
Yeah.
So that was sort of an accident. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, were we going to get holographic AR before AI? I would have said, yeah, probably, right? It just seems like kind of the graphics progression, the display progression on all the virtual and mixed reality stuff and building up the new display stack. We were just making continual progress towards that.
That's right.
And then this breakthrough happened with LLMs, and it turned out that we have sort of really high quality AI now and getting better at a really fast rate before you have holographic AR. So it's sort of this inversion that I didn't really expect. We're fortunately well positioned because we were working on all these different products, but I think what you're going to end up with is just a whole series of different potential glasses products at different price points with different levels of technology in them. So I kind of think, based on what we're seeing now with the Ray-Ban Metas, I would guess that displayless AI glasses at like a $300 price point are going to be a really big product that like tens of millions of people or hundreds of millions of people eventually are going to have.
You're going to have super interactive AI that you're talking to.
Yeah.
You have visual language understanding that you just showed.
Mm-hmm.
You have real-time translation. You could talk to me in one language, I hear it in another language.
Yeah, the display is obviously going to be great too,
Yeah.
but it's going to add a little bit of weight to the glasses and it's going to make them more expensive. So I think there will be a lot of people who want the kind of full holographic display, but there are also going to be a lot of people for whom they want something that eventually is going to be like really thin glasses. And
Well, for industrial applications and for some work applications, we need that.
I think for consumer stuff too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think, I was thinking about this a lot during the during COVID, when everyone kind of went remote for a bit, it's like you're spending all this time on Zoom. It's like, okay, this is like, it's great that we have this, but in the future, we're like not that many years away from being able to have a virtual meeting where like, it's like I'm not here physically, it's just my hologram, and like it just feels like we're there and we're physically present. We can work on something and collaborate on something together. But I think this is going to be especially important with AI.
Application, I could live with a device that I'm not wearing all the time.
Oh yeah, but I think we're going to get to the point where it actually is.
Yeah, I could.
It'll be. I mean, there's within glasses, there's like thinner frames, and there's thicker frames, and there's like all these styles. But so I think we're a while away from having full holographic glasses in the form factor of your glasses. But I think having it in a pair of stylish, kind of chunkier frame glasses is not that far off.
These sunglasses are face size these days. I can see that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a very helpful style.
Yeah,
exactly. So whoever, it's like I'm trying to make my way into becoming like a style influencer, so I can like influence this before before the glasses come to the market. But
well, I can see you attempting it. How's your style influencing working out for you?
It's early. It's early. But I don't know. I feel like if a big part of the future of the business is going to be building kind of stylish glasses that people wear, this is something I should probably start paying a little more attention to.
That's right.
Right then. Totally. So yeah, we're gonna have to retire the version of me that wore the same thing every day. But I mean, that's the thing about glasses too. I think it's it's unlike even the watch or phones. Like people really do not want to all look the same, right? And it's like, so I do think that it's a platform that I think is going to lend itself, going back to the theme that we talked about before, towards being an open ecosystem, because I think the diversity of form factors and styles that people are going to demand is going to be immense. It's not like everyone is not going to want to put like the one kind of pair of glasses that whoever else designs. Like that's not. I don't think that's going to fly for us.
Well, Mark, it's sort of incredible that we're living through a time where the entire computing stack is being reinvented. How we think about software, what Andre calls software 1 and software 2, and now we're basically in software 3 now. The way we compute, from general purpose computing to these generative neural network processing way of doing computing, the capabilities, the applications we could develop now are unthinkable in the past. And this technology, generative AI, I don't remember another technology that in such a fast rate influenced consumers, enterprise, industries, and science. And to be able to cut across all these different fields of science, from climate tech to biotech to physical sciences. In every single field that we're encountered, generative AI is right in the middle of that fundamental transition. And in addition to that, the things that you're talking about, generative AI is going to make a profound impact in society. The products that we're making. And one of the things that I'm super excited about, and somebody asked me earlier, is there going to be a Jensen AI? Well, that's exactly the creative AI you were talking about, where we just build our own AIs. And I load it up with all of the things that I've written, and I fine-tune it with the way I answer questions, and hopefully over time, the accumulation of use, it becomes a really, really great assistant and companion for a whole lot of people who just wants to ask questions or bounce ideas off of, and it'll be the version of Jensen that, as you were saying earlier, that's not judgmental. You're not afraid of being judged, and so you can come and interact with it all the time. But I think that those are really incredible things, and we write a lot of things all the time, and how incredible is it just to give it 3 or 4 topics. And these are the basic themes of what I want to write about, and write it in my voice, and just use that as a starting point. So there's just so many things that we can do now. It's really terrific working with you, and I know that it's not easy building a company, and you pivoted yours from desktop to mobile to VR to AI, all these devices. It's really, really, really extraordinary to watch. And NVIDIA's pivoted many times ourselves, and I know exactly how hard it is doing that. And both of us have gotten kicked in our teeth plenty over the years. But that's what it takes to want to be a pioneer and innovate. So it's really great watching.
Well. And likewise, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a pivot if you keep doing the thing you were doing before, but as well. But you add to it. I mean, there's more chapters to all this, and I think the same thing for. It's been fun watching. I mean, the journey that you guys have been on. I mean, we went through this period where everyone was like, nah, everything is going to kind of move to these devices, and just going to get super kind of cheap compute, and you guys just kept on plugging away at this. And it's like, no, like actually, you're going to want these big systems that can parallelize.
We went the other way.
Yeah, no, and
we went, and instead of building
great.
smaller and smaller devices, we made computers that is
unfashionable for a while, a little unfashionable.
Super unfashionable.
Yeah.
But now it's cool, and instead of, we started building a graphics chip, a GPU, and now when you're deploying a GPU, you still call it Hopper H100, but so you guys know when Zuck calls it H100, his data center of H100s, there's like, I think you're coming up on 600,000, and
we're good customers. That's how you get the Jensen Q&A at SIGGRAPH.
I was getting the Mark Zuckerberg Q&A. You were my guest, and I wanted to make sure that
you called me one day and you're like, hey, in like a couple of weeks we're doing this thing at SIGGRAPH. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything that day. I'm in Denver. It sounds fun.
Exactly. I'm not doing anything that afternoon. You just showed up, but the thing is just incredible. These systems that you guys build, they're giant systems, incredibly hard to orchestrate, incredibly hard to run. And you said that you got into the GPU journey later than most, but you're operating larger than just about anybody, and it's incredible to watch. So congratulations on everything that you've done. And you are quite the style icon now. Check out this guy.
Early stage, we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zuckerberg. Hang on. So it turns out the last time that we got together after dinner, Mark and I were
Jersey swap,
and we took a picture and it turned into something viral, and now I thought that he has no trouble wearing my jacket. I don't know. Is that my look? I don't think I
should be. Should be.
Is that right?
Yeah. I made one for you. Yeah.
That one's Mark's.
I mean, here, let's see. We got a box back here. It's black and leather and shirt. I didn't make this. I just ordered it online.
It's a little chilly in here.
I mean, it's a vibe. You just need.
Is this me?
Get this guy a chain.
All right.
Next time I see you, bring me a gold chain.
So fair is fair. So I let you know, I was telling everybody that Lori bought me a new jacket to celebrate this year's SIGGRAPH. SIGGRAPH is a big thing in our company, as you could imagine. RTX was launched here. amazing things that were launched here. And this is a brand new jacket. It's literally 2 hours old.
Wow.
And so I think we got a jersey swap again.
All right, well,
It's yours.
I mean, this is worth more because it's used.
Let's see. Oh. I think Mark is pretty buff. The guy's pretty jacked.
I mean, you too, man. All right.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Mark Zuckerberg. Have a great